The topic I chose for my Module 2 video journal video is the topic of poverty. I chose this topic because it has, and I believe that it always will be, a current event and an ongoing current event. It also targets all age groups, and it isn't prejudiced to who it targets and when it will target. It affects the development of the brain, achievement gaps, poor health and social ills, and it has negative effects on home life. An article I found while researching this specific topic that addresses every idea that I just stated is entitled 5 Ways That Poverty Harms Children. The authors are David Murphy and Zakia Red. This article lists 5 huge ways how poverty affects mainly children. The number one way it negatively affects children is that poverty harms the brain and other body systems. For children, poverty is not just getting by with less than the average kid. Poverty can negatively affect how the mind and body develop. This also can alter the fundamental architecture of the brain. Children that endure poverty are at a higher chance of chronic illness and more times than not have a shortened lifespan. The second way that poverty significantly hurts children is poverty creates and widens achievement gaps. Children that are growing up in poverty fall behind early. In a lot of cases, this becomes evident in infancy, with key aspects of learning, knowledge, and social emotional development. This closes doors for these children before they really even get started, before their school age. The children living in poverty are more likely to drop out of school or fail to obtain any secondary education. The third way is that poverty leads to poor physical, emotional, and behavioral health. This can become a reality for many kids in poverty in a different number of ways, but the one example used in this particular article was that children in poverty are more likely to not have that food security that the majority of kids that have that financial stability have. Along with not having that, their diets typically do not include the nutrients needed, and they lack the major important nutrients. This ends up resulting in chronic health conditions such as asthma are higher in these particular children, and they're not as likely to receive preventative health care nor any dental care. Along with researching how poverty affects children and adults and pretty much everybody, I was researching if there was any federal programs or local programs that were put in place to help these penny people. So there is Head Start, low-income energy assistance, children's health insurance, community health centers, food stamps and EBT, weatherization assistance, and low-income taxpayer clinic. By the way, North Carolina has one of the higher rates of poverty, deep poverty, and child poverty among the majority of the states in the entire United States. But one of those that stuck out to me, the federal programs that assisted people in poverty, was Head Start. That's a program that helps children that live in poverty get ready for school. Pretty much like I was saying about the achievement gap, it tries to shorten that before it becomes too far gone.